What is up, Cahir Club, and welcome back to another CahirLIVE live stream. How goes it? I hope everybody's had a great start to their week. Hell yeah. But yeah, hello Brugger, hello Felix, how goes it? How goes it? I hope you've been well. I hope you've been well. Yeah, today, oh wait, no, I forgot the bit. What is up, Cahir Club? Welcome back to another CahirLIVE live stream. It's me, CahirLIVE. I'm old now. Oh, my back. Oh. Anyway, anyway, today we're continuing on with our Dunsparce hunt. Ironic that that joke kicks in because it's been a while since we last done our sparses. I think about 4 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. Because we didn't do it last week. We did Minccino. We didn't do it the week before. That was Safari Week. The week before that was Minccino again. Before that was Dunsparce. So yeah, about 4 weeks since the last Dunsparce hunt. Which is quite a while. That was good. The real voice. Yes, you got me. My real voice. I actually sound really old. Oh, my bones. Oh, the youth. Oh, that's what happens when you turn 22. That's what happens when you turn 22, chat. But yeah, the Dunsparce. That is good too. You've been visiting that beach again. I might have been. Look, I'm just saying. The beach that makes you old is a pretty good place. It's a pretty good place to go. Would recommend visiting the beach that makes you old sometimes. You know? But yeah, let's get into things. Because I could chat all day on the chatting screen, or I could do it while shiny hunting and actually, you know, maybe complete this hunt at some time within the next decade. But yeah, let's get a picnic sorted. Happy late birthday! Did you have a good birthday at least? Thank you. I did have a good birthday. I went to see Spider-Verse, then found out the place that I wanted to get a takeaway from isn't open on Sundays, so we had KFC instead. That bit wasn't as good, to be honest. But, shit. Once more, I'm forgetting the exact thing I need for the shiny I want. Pokemon shiny sandwich. Okay. Should you shiny hunt Drifloon? Drifloon is a nice shiny. It's good yellow. I like yellow. Salty and sour. You can't slate a KFC though. I'm gonna slate everything on KFC's menu except the burgers because it's all really greasy. Oh, and popcorn chicken. Additionally, our house is a bit too far from the nearest KFC, so it always gets here cold. So I'm gonna slate it for that reason, but that's kind of out of its control. You mean you're shining pearl only? I mean, yeah, I feel like all the reasonings I've given... That was close. I feel like all the reasonings I've given are consistent. Alright. This is, I believe, what we need. What the fuck is that? Sandwich? Sandwich, innit? Tofu sandwich with salty and sour herbs. Because it makes me find shinies. You know how it is. Alright, let's get straight into it, I think. The more we dawdle, the more the shinies escape us. Although, you know, I can shop Riolu later. We did get a shiny Riolu on a raid stream a few weeks back, which was kind of wild. Maybe I'll build it. actually, for like raids. So I bet you can build Lucario for raids, right? I bet that's a thing. Okay. But yeah, I guess that means Kite's never made a tofu tower sandwich. Which I'd argue means he's never lived. Well, let's just make sure there are no shinies over here in this corner. None over there in that corner. None over there in that corner. Over the rock. One day I'm going to say none over there, or like, nope, not shiny, and it was going to be shiny. And someone's going to clip it, and I'm going to look like a fool. But maybe I'll get 3 more subs from that, so it would be a success, really. Alright. Boing. It's been a while since we've been into the, Dunderdome? Like, Dunsparce, Thunderdome, Dunderdome? What?
Belated birthday money for you, dude.
Thank you! That's so kind, Rob! Thank you so much! Oh my god! Thanks, man. That's really kind of you. Thanks. Hell yeah, man. Thank you. Happy birthday to you too. And once again, I'm sure of how quick or slow I should, like, is morally correct to move on from tip messages. Like, on one hand, it's like, wow, that's so kind, you gave me your money. On the other hand, there's a limited amount of ways you can say thank you. But, thank you all the same. That was really kind of you. You have 2 switches and Brilliant Diamond, so Shiny Chimchar / Piplup? Oh, that would be smart. That would be cool. Clash Royale, hello, how goes it? I hope your week's gotten off to a good start. We're shiny hunting Triple Segment Dudunsparce today. Oh wait, I feel like I was going to say something. Oh, Masuda method. Ah, fair. I was thinking you were going to go for another reset hunt, and I was thinking, wow, that's confident. Especially after the Turtwig. No. Understandable. Alright. But yeah. Hopefully, people will be able to get, like, become members soon. And then they can actually get something tangible out of donations, because do you unlock emojis immediately now I think about it? You might not. Anyway, yeah. Casual, they're lowering the requirements to, yeah, Casual mentioned the fact they're lowering the requirements to, get partner, and I'm actually pretty close on that, on, like, watch time. And over the needed amount on subs. Although that's not updated yet. I don't know when that's actually coming into effect. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Well, I guess it doesn't matter if it's sooner rather than later, seeing as I feel like I'm very much in the point where, like, it only tracks back a year. And I feel like while I've definitely grown as a content creator, I'm not sure how much more watch time my streams are getting. Anyway, that aside, I would appreciate it if you could open streams in the background. But if not, do not feel obligated. This is not an obligation, it is just an option. And obviously liking and subscribing always helps. Anyway, Shill here out. Kashill? Kashill. Let's go with Kashill. Zero stuff resetting until Black and White 3. Didn't someone make Black and White 3 like a fan game? Whoa! Dunsparce! Alright. That is the first sparse of the evening. And our 30th sparse overall. That is a box. We have made a box of Dunsparce now. Which I would call impressive. Alright. You have 3 subs but 0 videos. Yeah, what's it called? Bizarre. I guess they're just your biggest fans. My ADHD brain immediately thought about how I've been, like, getting a bunch of, bot follows on Reddit lately. Before, like, the shutdown. I don't think I've gotten any since, like, the strike. I guess that makes sense. Same both Twitter and Reddit. I've not been getting any on Twitter as of late. Wouldn't mind getting some on Twitter. I've been at 200 followers on Twitter for, like, over a year at this point, I think. It doesn't help I don't really use Twitter. I think that's probably the reason why, is because I just do not use Twitter enough for people to, like, for me to have content to follow, basically. So people don't follow me for that. But, like, I wouldn't mind crawling out of that specific number bracket. That's, like, my issue with social media. It's like, I never really know what to post. Like, I can do, like, TikTok, kind of, honestly. Because I do clips. Streaming is, like, my one social media expertise. Like, I can stream till, like, the cows come home. I love streaming. But, like, actually, like, especially, like, text-based content, I'm not good at. I used to be good at it, but I don't mean Twitter. It was a different kind of text-based content that we're not going to elaborate on. A decent amount of, you're also just inactive from, like, 2020. Also understandable. I think most of mine are, to be fair. Like, when I make a tweet, I get, like, no likes. But I'm not sure if that's just because of the recommendation algorithm. Twitter's not a nice place from what I remember. I've been finding Twitter fine, but recently I've gone on the For You page, and I'm realizing how toxic the For You page specifically is. Like, the For You page seems, like, tailored to make you angry. Like, it's always just negative shit on there. And if it's not negative shit, it's, like, a nice piece of content. And if you click on it to, like, see the replies, it's all negative shit, you know? Like, I think if you use Twitter correctly, you can make it a nice app to use. I feel like that's probably the case with, like, most apps. But, like, the issue is the algorithm itself wants you to be angry, you know? Because if you're angry, then you're typing angry responses and doing, like, and interacting more, which drums up the amount of, like, stuff that's actually going on the app, going on the app at any given time. At least that's what I assume is going on there. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I feel like is probably going on. But yeah, like, I never really fully understood why people always call Twitter such a shit show. Well, no, I did. But, like, it was because I was hearing, like, bits from other corners of Twitter that I wasn't really familiar with. But, like, I genuinely think it's because the algorithm, the Twitter algorithm itself, wants you to be angry. It wants to rile you up, so you get into arguments online. I think that is how it is made. So if you can, you know... I mean, even the following page probably isn't immune from the algorithm, to be clear. But it's, like, a better place than the For You page. But the other app recently that I've, like, been seeing a bunch of shit on, I'm not sure if I'm just going into the comments more now or what, but, like, I'll see, like, cool science videos and stuff, and, like, there will just be no interesting comments anymore. Like, I'll see, like, never thought about it that way, but still doesn't make you want to go back. That's understandable. Yeah, no, I can't slate not wanting to use it, but I feel like a lot of social media, you can chisel your experience a lot more than I think some people realize. I don't think social media has to be a shit show. It's just, if you let social media control itself, it will be a shit show. Doesn't like the algorithm control what you see, then it will be a shit show. But, anyway, Instagram. Yeah, Instagram... Cool science videos, yeah. Like, what was it? The other day I saw, like, a cool video, showing, like, the size of black holes. And I like, went into the comments to be like, oh, I wonder if there are any, like, cool facts about these black holes or anything like that. Maybe, like, more information about this stuff, basically. Because, again, I love space. Space is so interesting. But, like, all the comments were like, wow, people believe this? God made all of this. You know what? No. You know what? No. To be fair, I don't entirely mind the God made all of this. This is why you should believe in God comments. Like, they're like, okay, buddy. But, like, most people being like, this isn't true, yada yada, whether it's because they're not job conspiracy theorists or extremely religious. But it's just like, that's all there is. There were no cool facts. There were barely any, like, just generic cut and paste, wow, how cool comments. It was just people being nut jobs. And weird. And, like, that's been, like, a thing I've been seeing consistently recently. It's like, any video ever is always just full of, like, people trying to deny what's going on. Or acting like they're morally superior in this situation. And I'm not sure, like... I don't know, maybe I'm just going onto Instagram comments more recently, but... It's probably, like, the same thing as the Twitter algorithm thing, though. And that's that, like, these comments are being boosted to the top because they've got the most replies. Because when someone makes a brain-dead comment like that, everybody's gonna argue with them. But when somebody delivers, like, an actually interesting fact, like, they'll get, like, likes, maybe, but they're probably not gonna get that many replies itself. And, like... yeah, it's a shame how social media is so willing to let arguments control itself. Let arguments control how people perceive it. One annoying thing about Twitter is how the people who buy Twitter Blue subscription get their replies promoted always to the top. You know, the demographic that's mainly annoying people, no, yeah, definitely. That is one very shitty part about Twitter. But you see, that's why it's good to not follow celebrities and big accounts that will have that. Or just block everyone you see with Twitter Blue. The easier option. But yeah, I don't know, it's just a shame to see, like, apps made for communicating over long distances basically just be reduced to Argument Simulator. The app that you fight with people on. Like, I never even engage with these. Again, I'm really bad at actually socialing my medias. Like, if I see, like, a cool post, I'll just like it, you know? I'll just give it a like. I never really have anything to add to the conversation of a post, I find. Which makes it harder for me to, like, actually interact. So I never really end up posting. I do find... Alright. Anyway, changing the subject. Drastically, actually. I watched Spider-Verse yesterday. Beep to you too. Yeah, I watched Spider-Verse yesterday, as in the new one. Spider-Verse 2. I'm not sure if Kite is still here to, add... to respond to, his own nitpick of everyone's calling the new Across the Spider-Verse, Spider-Verse. Even though everyone calls the original Spider-Verse, Spider-Verse. Which means you don't really know what people are talking about sometimes. Because it could apply to either. And people still do talk about Spider-Verse. Because, you know, it was as good of a film as the second one. Which I guess spoils what I thought, which is what Rob just asked. I think it was bloody brilliant, honestly. Like, I haven't left a cinema that stoked in a while. Like, I was floored by that film. The animation was stellar. Like, we've been getting into a groove of, like, good animated films since Spider-Verse because of Spider-Verse. And this sequel came along, turned around and was like, what if we did even better than that, you know? It felt like the first one was like a, hey, we could do this. And then the second one was like, and if we did this, look how good we can make it. Like, there were some cool ideas thrown around in the first one, but this one just really blasted out the water. Entirely. Villains were stellar again. Like, I do love a good Kingpin. And I really like Kingpin's design as well. But, the villains in this one, I'm not sure how much people would want me to say. Like, if I should, like, entirely, like, tiptoe around. Or, like, if people know. Because I feel like I feel like I went in and knowing, like, a lot more than I expected, like, would have liked to. Like, I'd seen a few spoilers about Spot. And, like, some details about him. And, like, that was worrying me, honestly, because, like, I felt like I'd seen, like, maybe a lot more than I would have liked to going into it. But the movie still floored me, which impressed me. Like, even with, like, those spoilers, I was still... It wasn't just spectacle. And there was something that I got spoiled for me in Zelda that was just spectacle. And it didn't hit as hard because it got spoiled for me. Because I knew it was going to happen. But this, even though I had spoilers, it still just hit as hard and just left me feeling so stoked about the whole thing. And I'm hyped as hell for the sequel as well. I'm interested, like, I hope they can stick the landing, because I feel like the issue is with two-parters, is it's so easy to, like, build up everything into, like, this huge crescendo, and that's when you cut it, but landing that plane is always the hard part, and I know that because I like Doctor Who! I know that, because I'm a Doctor Who fan, you hear me? I mean, it's technically a Spider-Verse trilogy, but yeah, it was pretty rad. I was confused at the end, as I hadn't seen something like that for a long time. Yeah, no, that was another thing I knew. That was another thing I got spoiled on. Was, a thing that happens at the very, very end of the film. Like, the very, very end. Because, like, when it was initially announced, that was, like, phrased as one of its key things. But then I forgot about it. But then that got spoiled for me. Like, again, as people were talking about it. I mean, like, oh yeah, that bit at the end? Wow. But Dad didn't know. So I got to see him turn around and be like, what? Which was fun. Can you just name one, the Dunsparce? Wait, no. One the dumb and the other the dumber? I mean, I don't really name them, unfortunately. Because they're just gonna get released. Oh wait, no, I got a bunch. Never mind. I completely forgot about these guys. I like that. The dumb and the dumber. Anyway, Emily, hello, how goes it? I hope your week's gotten off to a good start. Also, hello, Rabbit Thor, I hope your week's gotten off to a good start also. I was talking about Spider-Verse and how bloody good it was. And, like, there's a bunch of other small things that I've been hearing about since the film that I'm sure are gonna come up in the sequel. You doing the Dunsparce hunt now? Are you saying that as in, like, oh, you're doing it again? Or are you saying that as a, am I doing it right now? I'm guessing you mean the former. Because, you know, all the Dunsparce on the screen. But yeah, we are back with the Dunsparce hunt. Been a bit, but now we have returned to done some sparse. You see people doing it, and yeah. I mean, it's a good hunt to do, I think. It's like one of the few challenging Scarlet Violet hunts. You meant again, yeah, we're back. We are so back with it. We're going to be doing it every other week again. I mean, the only reason we didn't do it 2 weeks ago was because of the Safari Week. But Safari Week is not this week, like it wasn't last week, so it's the Dunsparce again. Mango, how goes it? I hope your week's gotten off to a good start. But yeah, there's a lot of effort they've clearly put into Spider-Verse. Spider-Verse 2. And the original, to be clear, but, talking about the sequel. So... And it just makes it such a joy, like, made it such a joy to watch. Like, there wasn't really a moment in the film where I was, like, bored of what's going on. And I feel like that's maybe a bit too prominent a feature of some modern films. I'm just calling out Avatar. This is an Avatar issue. It's nice to see superhero movies actually kind of hit it out the park for a bit, though. Ignoring Flash. Don't ignore Flash. Like with Das and Guardians. Because, like, say what you will, but I feel like superhero movies are, in general, just becoming more stale, you know? Like, we're getting some gems out there, but it feels like... I think even before Infinity War, they were becoming stale, you know? Like, let's face it, I think before Infinity War, there was still... like, good superhero movies were still becoming fewer and further between. And it was, Infinity War, like, saved it, like, the image everyone had in their heads of the superhero genre. But I feel like, Spider-Verse is, like, a shining beacon in it. You're just popping real quick. You're doing stuff. But do your best to keep watching to lurk and help the boy. Thank you, Mango. That is very kind of you. Glad to hear your week is going well. Hopefully that continues. In like an upwards pattern, and it gets better. How long do we have left? 5 minutes. And we only got one. That's a shame. But yeah, honestly, I think canon events as like a plot point is one of the coolest ideas. Like, they're really using the fact that this is like a multi-dimensional movie to a massive advantage. I feel like very few films have been doing that have it featured. Yeah, good ones are becoming really rare. You'd usually jump at the chance to see Keaton back as Batman, but you can tell it's just a bad film, as it's nostalgia bait. Exactly. It's clearly just in it as like, oh look, guy you knew, more than like actual reason to make you want to watch it. But other than the fact that I've never really been that interested in DC, I feel like Ezra Miller being in it is just, you know, a red flag. Like, why'd I want to watch something they're in after all they've done? You probably should have dropped them. And I'm guessing they will be dropped, all things considered. I've heard it's, like, flopped at the box office, though, so... I wonder if they released it expecting it to, like, do well at all, or if they released it specifically because they wanted to just make back some of the money they spent on it. Like, just make back a bit of cash from the amount that they ended up spending on the film in general. Or would that cost more? Because, like, I don't really know not gaming industry costs, movie industry costs. It's been a good month for media, though, I'd say. With Breath of the Wild and that, and Spider-Verse, I mean. Wait, no, Tears of the Kingdom came out a month ago. Wait, no, did Spider-Verse released early... Okay, yeah, Spider-Verse released early June, so I'm correct. It's a good month for media. Like, we've been getting some good shit. Some good fucking food. And that's not even considering the fact that Vinland Saga Season 2 has just wrapped up with a fucking banging ending. Would, again, highly recommend Vinland Saga. Really good show. What's it called? What's the next thought that I'm trying to shit out? Alright, I like that, every time a Spider-Verse movie comes around, everybody's like, oh boy, it's time to make Spider-Man OCs. I enjoy that immensely. I had a friend whose art account actually started getting big because of, his Spider-Man OC, which was pretty cool. Oh wait, no, okay, I saw this, but I think I was in the middle of a sentence. Saying one of the scenes took a decade to make. How? Well, hasn't the film only been in development since, like, a year after the first? Like, I swear the film hasn't been in development long enough for that. I know that a 14-year-old made the Lego scene, which was pretty damn cool. And it was a good scene as well. And I saw a screenshot later on that showed Lego Spider-Man Returned at one point, but it's the size of an actual Lego figure. And that's adorable. I like that a lot. Sorry, 4 years. Ah, okay, yeah. No, yeah, I that's unsurprising, because there was a lot of, like, extremely... Why are you so small? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call you tiny. Bro is stanced. Look at him. Oh my god. I just turned around to look at him and I look. Oh. Small knuckle, indeed. Small knuckle who wants my head on a stick. I didn't evolve the Dunsparce. I forgot to evolve the Dunsparce. That would have been bad. I don't know. Although I don't really consider it, like, a bad thing. Like, in that way, you know? Like, I know that, like, it's easy to get into the mindset I found of, like, if you forget to pick up an egg from the daycare. I've maxed out experience candy larges. Holy shit. I've leveled up the wrong one. I leveled up the wrong Dunsparce. Okay. Let's try that again and actually evolve it this time. Oh. Once more, we have another one of these things. Yeah, as I said before, I'm just going to ban all those from now on. It's clearly a bot of some kind. And, cringe. Alright. I don't know, I wonder if people, like, appreciate the data. I don't know. I'm just not all that interested. I guess maybe I should be more, but... You know? Like, there's part of me that feels like maybe I should care. But another part of me that's like, oh, it's a bot. And I don't really care about bot activities, you know? Wow. I forgot to save. At the 0 gate, I mean. There's like... Technically, I did forget to save, actually. When I went to, like, set up the, what's it called? Tier list after last stream, I entirely forgot to not save, completely, like, switch off the game. So, like, I plugged in Breath of the Wild, turned on my Switch, not Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, turned on my Switch, and it was like, oh, by the way, you forgot to, take your last cards out. And I was like, oh shit, I hope I've not lost anything. And I've still got Chestnut. So, like, even if I have lost anything, it's nothing that important, I don't think. Because the Riolu I got a couple of streams ago. So I know that's still safe and sound, and I didn't get a shiny last stream or anything. Can we do this? Oh, we can! Holy shit! We did it! We actually made some kind of weird tower amalgamation. It wasn't the one I wanted to make. But it's better than, you know, nothing. Alright. It saved after that anyway. We didn't find any Herbers, so nothing too major anyway. Oh, it saves after 7-star raids? I didn't realize that. I think I got Sparkling Power. Anyway. I didn't actually read it. Oh wait, I can just check. Crazy that. You'll love to see it. Okay. Alright. Let's look at some sparse. Look at some more sparse. It's nice that we got these sandwiches. Otherwise, they'd be pretty sparse. Yep, you thought you lost your Greninja when we did that, and you didn't save. Turns out it's automatic. Oh, okay, that is very good. I appreciate that feature a lot. Wait, do I? On one hand, it's a cool feature to stop you from losing your progress and losing a 7-star raid. If you do it, turn your switch off, forget to save, and then come back on after the raid's already over. But it does mean that it's a lot harder to get like the unrivaled mark if you want like 0 IVs. I was gonna say if you want like a specific nature or, you know, 6 IVs, but that's untrue because it's only 0 IVs that are hard to get now, which is kind of whack. Alright. My brain ended with that song. But yeah, it's funny because Spider-Verse is one of those things that you have so many thoughts about, but then when you're like put on the spot, you're like drawing blanks. So I was intending to talk about Spider-Verse more this stream. Alright. Oh shit. Finally continuing Violet. Hell yeah, I hope you have fun with it. Yeah, best of luck. Alright, that's a thought. Okay. For people who've seen it, who is your favorite Spider-Man in the film? Because when I turned to Dad, he had the same answer as me. And I feel like most people have this answer as well. But I feel like it's pretty easy to have a specific one as your favorite. Starting to wonder if less people in chat have actually seen it than I thought. But yeah, Hobie or Spider-Punk was easily my favorite. Like, he wasn't even just a kind of like fun character to like be in the background for a bit, you know? Like, I feel like in the original Spider-Verse, they brought in the the other three Spider people to kind of like show the diversity of the Spider-Verse. But I feel like overall, they were very replaceable by the plot, if that makes sense. It's mean to say, but like, Peter B and Gwen are the only like Spider-Man non-native to Miles' universe that kind of like aren't as replaceable. I do like the other Spider-Man in the original, to be clear, but Hobie, he had to be him, you know? Like, his role was uniquely his. Which is, for starters, like, a good thing. He was cool. You're a fan of Noir. No, yeah, Noir is still very cool, but he was barely in the film. I mean, oh, that's a spoiler, actually, now I think about it. I wish they were more. Like, I hope that we get more of the original Spider-Verse squad together in the sequel. Because that was, like, the most disappointing part about it, I'd say, in general, was the fact that the original squad wasn't really there. I think only one of the original squad kind of, outside of Peter B and Gwen, shows up during the film. You haven't seen the new Spider-Man, but if everyone from the first one is Peter Porker is a good one. I like the one edit where they removed the pig head, so it's just the snout, which also looks like a mini Spider-Man face, and interesting. But yeah, just in general, I feel like Hobie stole the show. He didn't. In fact, you don't know. I'd say that's even more impressive on Miles' part and the writing's part. It's how Hobie was there, a show stealer in any other film, and he didn't steal the show. He made the show so much better, but he didn't steal it. And I'd say that's, like, even more impressive. I do find it interesting in media, how you'll so often see people's favourite characters not be the main character. You know? Like, I feel like there are very few properties in which the universally beloved character, or just, like, most liked character, is the main character. You've realised only a 3-day wait for you. You're very excited, then you can play a new game. Oh, fair, is it the new Final Fantasy? But yeah, like, obviously in video games I feel like it's an easy thing to end up happening, because most of the time the main character of a video game is like a blank self-insert kind of character. You know, like Link. Where some people do like Link, but their version of Link is always their version of Link, rather than like an actual canon-specific person. If that makes sense. But like Avatar, you'll find people like Sokka or Zuko or Toph. But you'll never really hear Aang come up in like the conversation quickly. Naruto, I feel like you don't really often hear people's favourite characters Naruto. It's always one of the side characters that people like more than like Deku in My Hero Academia. You played the demo, it's very hype. Hell yeah, I hope it is as good as the demo then. I hope you enjoy it. Like, a piece to tell your favourite character is in between the rat and the noise. noise. I've not actually played Pizza Tower, but yeah, to my point. But yeah, it's not just video games again. You've also not. But yeah, like, it's definitely not like a video game specific thing. But it makes me wonder if it's the fact that they've appeared less. They always appear less than the main character that it is. Or, like, what part specifically ends up making people more inclined to like a side character than the main character? Like, is it literally just because the main character will end up without as much flavoring and depth because they're the main character, so they're meant to be universally liked, which means characters who can be more tailored to a specific person's tastes end up hitting that person's tastes more, making them more likable to those people. More in for headcanons? Yeah, I'd say that might be a part of it. But I feel like there's always room for like main character headcanons. I guess if that were the case, then Link would be everyone's favorite Zelda character. Because I feel like everyone's got a different Link in their head. It depends. Groose was great in Skyward Sword. I mean, yeah, exactly. A side character. I feel like while it depends is fair. Because I think it even more depends on the person. But, like... as in, like, who likes... like, who is liking a character. But even more than that, I just think it's so rare to see the main character, the most appreciated character, like, the most beloved character in a piece of media. Especially in fandom spaces. Do you think it may also be because of that darn theme tune? I've not actually heard that in a while, because the only, like, experience with Skyward Sword I've had is Chugga Conroy's Let's Play. Who knows, maybe I will get around to playing it at some point, but... I feel like I should, because, you know, it seems like a good game. And Zelda fans are trying to convince me that, it's a trilogy with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, which I don't really buy. We are having bad luck. We've not found a Dunsparce in like half an hour. Which is impressive in this game. But yeah, I'm just genuinely stuck on like any main characters who are like the most liked character in their media. You thought the third of the trilogy is supposed to be Skyward Sword. Exactly. Yeah, that's what I meant. Did I not say Skyward Sword? So Skyward Sword is like power, Breath of the Wild is wisdom, Tears of the Kingdom is courage, I think, is the order. So it's each one represents a piece of the Triforce. But I don't know, I struggle to believe that, especially with how little Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom feature the Triforce. Like, if they were all based on a piece of the Triforce, surely said Triforce would be more present in the games. That's one thing I hope for the next Zelda, because I've not really played many Zelda games. I played a bit of, A Link Between Worlds, a bit of Twilight Princess, and yeah, that's it. I've seen a playthrough of Skyward Sword, and that's like about it. So like I've never really fully played a game with a Triforce, but it seems like such a cool element. I don't know, I just hope it does actually have some presence. Because it seems like such a big part of the franchise where it, like, always makes some kind of appearance. But it hasn't in the last two. Straight up less in Tears than in Breath of the Wild. Because the Triforce symbol was the signifier of Zelda's powers in Breath of the Wild. But in this one, it's a tear. You're in a conversation with Kim, so you're two, so juggling. Oh, understandable, no worries. Are Brock and Misty more popular than Ash? I mean, even if they're not, I feel like other characters are more popular, you know? Like, Brock and Misty aren't the only companions Ash has ever had. So I feel like it's harder to judge in the Pokemon fanbase because, like, everyone's more spread out. But I feel like a lot of people... There are a lot of Ash detractors, honestly. I think people do like Bristy? Yeah, Bristy. Misty and Brock. But then people like May. Do people like May? I actually know how much people like May. People like Tracy, exactly. Although he was done dirty. People like Dawn, they like Iris, they like Silent, they like Serena. In fact, I feel like people don't like Serena. People who like Serena also like Ash because they like shipping Serena and Ash. But it makes me wonder how much they like Serena by herself, or if they only really like Serena when she's with Ash. Like when there's a chance that she'll be with Ash. Honestly, like... What was it called? I'm surprised how much presence Ash and, like, Ash X Serena has. You didn't like in Serena in the game, but you're not sure about the anime. I mean, that's fair, because in the game she tastes like cardboard. In the anime, she tastes like generic female character. Who is in love with main lead. Because boy meets girl or something. That's too developed of a take for someone who's not really watched much of XY, but shush. You only ship in your head canon Ash and Lati as the Pokemon, no! I don't know, I've never really been on board with shipping Ash, because I've never really felt that romance is what the Pokemon series is about. I should rephrase that. I feel like it's fine to ship Ash. I've just never really got around to it. But... Not got around to it. I've never really been invested in it. I'm not much of a shipper, really, in the grand scheme of things, either. It's like it's never really been something I've done. But I fundamentally don't agree with people who wanted romance. In fact, who want, still. Present tense. Who want, like, romance between the main characters. Because I feel like romance isn't what the Pokemon anime is about. They're, like, children. They don't need to get into relationships. I feel like it would, like, be just an unnecessary piece in the puzzle. He kissed Latias. I mean, technically he kissed Serena as well. And didn't he... It's not known if he kissed Latias or if he kissed Bianca, right? Like, that was, like, the point of the scene, was, like, you don't really know who he kissed. That's what I thought, at least. I find it funny that there's two Biancas. I'm guessing she has, like, they're two completely different names in Japanese. But, Mona and friends saying, what is that thing? Gisa has one at the Glimmer when you literally had one in your party. Quite. Yeah, I find it funny how they're like, what? What's that? When, like, Glimmer appears in the main area of Paldea. Like, it can't be that uncommon to see a Glimmora, right? Like, as uncommon as, like, maybe a lot of the other Pokemon in Area Zero that are still kind of rare. We are having abysmal luck today. Yeah. That's a shame. But yeah, no, I just never really got invested in beyond like getting bored of people shipping Ash, because I just felt like that was never really the point, you know? Like, I always ended up rolling my eyes when the anime tried to include it, like that one arc in Diamond and Pearl when Lyra's like only purpose, as in Lyra from Heart Gold Soul Silver's only purpose is to try to convince Dawn she wants to date Ash, when like their friendship had been working fine up until that point. And from what I remember, I can't remember how much further I got into the show, but it continued working fine after that as well. Like, it just felt a bit unnecessary to me. And I think that's one of the main reasons I dislike Serena, is because it's trying to, like, make it about, like, a relationship, about romance and relationship drama. Because it's such, like, a core part of her character, is that she likes Ash, that it just kind of goes, makes me go, you know? And I feel like that was, like, one of the many aspects that made XYZ have, like, the most obnoxious fans. Like, I feel like as a society, I feel like I start a lot of controversial takes with as a society we can move past, so I'm not going to start that one this time. I'm going to go, hot take! Spicy, hot take. Spicy, it's a spicy hot take. No, yeah, XYZ ain't that good. The XY series in general ain't that good. It's just, like, a lot more by-the-book shonen than the rest of the Pokemon series. And it just never really hooks me because of that. I dislike Ash Greninja. Like, Ash Greninja has a cool design. Honestly, my feelings about Ash Greninja are pretty similar to Mega Evolution, which is, you know, understandable because Ash Greninja is basically Ash's special Mega Evolution. Okay, not similar, but, like, similar theme. Equally negative. Cool design. Why does Ash get his own special Mega Evolution? Just seems a bit silly to me when, you know, they could have just given him a Pokemon that could Mega Evolve, or, like, bring back Charizard like Unova did. And then have, like, Ash's big rivalry with Elaine be the fact that they both have Charizards or something, I don't fucking know. Like, and even if it wasn't Charizard, even if Ash caught a brand new Pokemon to Mega Evolve. But Ash Greninja just kind of always made me go, because it's like, why does Ash get a special Mega Evolution? Just seems a bit silly. And that's from well, no, I liked Mega Evolution at the time. To be fair. I didn't really dislike Mega Evolution when Mega Evolution was a thing. Well, that's because I didn't really know there was better than it at the time. Capability to be better than it. Nor did I know that it was going to, like, stunt the growth of any Pokemon that had a Mega Evolution for at least the next 3 generations. But yeah. I've been enjoying Horizons a lot so far, though. I feel like I'm probably the only one here who's been watching Horizons up until this point. If anyone else has, feel free to speak up. I'd be excited to learn of more Horizons stands. But honestly, Liko is such a good protagonist. Whoa, you're not the one I wanted. You're too old. Wait! Don't take that out of context! This is our second Dunsparce. Did I count it last time? I genuinely can't remember. I can't remember if I counted the Dunsparce last time. I feel like I did. So I'm going to count it this time. That isn't... I'm not... clicked on it. It's been so long since last I saw my son. I'm just going to throw at people and hope for the best. The best happened. Alright. I'll keep looking for the remaining 3 minutes, but it looks like there are going to be no evolutions today. But yeah, Liko is a really fun protagonist, I think. She's like a completely different kind of protagonist to Ash, which I enjoy a lot. Like, Roy is a lot more Ash-adjacent, I think. While he doesn't entirely embody everything that Ash embodied, like, he's not like, I want to be a Pokemon Master. He's got a much more achievable goal. I say much more achievable, but it's Catch a Rayquaza, so maybe it's not all that achievable. And then, Liko, on the other hand, she seems to still be trying to figure out what she wants her goal to be. And I'm looking forward to, following along with that. I'm interested to see how Horizons is going to play its cards. Because, as this season seems to be progressing, in the most recent episode we learnt more about the alt nurse Joy, who seems to be part of the Rising Volt Tacklers. Who I've always thought was a cool character, and I'm glad, like, we got to know more about her. But it looks like we'll slowly, like, get a lot of the cast to, like, open up and stuff. You know, so we'll learn more about them, as it progresses, and whatnot. And I'm sure they'll end up going on arcs of some kind as we progress. Where I'm going with this is... Liko and Roy have, like, very close end goals. You know? Oh, we did get a Sparse! Yeah. Liko and Roy have very close goals. Okay, Liko doesn't, but Liko isn't really looking for a Horizon to, like, her goal is to find something to do with her life. It's like figure out how she wants to live her life, what she wants to do with it. And then Roy's is again catch Rayquaza. But like they seem very achievable, you know? We can't have, I don't know how many seasons the Pokemon anime has. Like Ash's Pokemon anime has. But like they can't just be after that for that long. So unless they decide to like turn around and give them new goals as we progress. Oh, here's the Riolu. I was waiting for it to show up, but that didn't happen. How do I... There we go. That's the Dunsparce. Unless they turn around and try to give them new goals as we, like, go along, they're gonna reach their goals eventually. So I do wonder if we're going to have them for Gen 9, and then in Gen 10, we'll get new protagonists. Or maybe, like, Gen 11, instead. But if that's the case, are they going to be the only ones who move out? Or... Okay, yeah. Is the whole cast going to be changed? It's a brand new anime again? Or are the Rising Volt Tacklers still going to be there in, like, the supporting role? Is my wonder. Like, are they going to be, like, a consistent through line for the anime for a few seasons? I think it'd be cool if they were, because I really like Freed. I think he's a really, really cool character. And I would love to see more of him. And I think in general the Rising Volt Tacklers are like a very interesting cast of characters. But by the same token, if they get developed over this series, what's going to be done with them after? Like, we can't just find out about a character's backstory 52 times. We can't just find out about them 9 more times over, like, the next few generations. As, like, their backstories are rehashed. So, like... Yeah, I'm interested to see how they'll handle it, but I guess that is a at least end-of-generation problem. More than a problem of right now. Alright. I need to get more picks. Alright. Issue. Found a dilemma. I don't think that's gonna have us do the thing, so I'm just gonna reset now. I think I fucked up the sandwich. Gonna be honest, Mario. I fucked up the cobblestone generator. Alright. Don't fuck the sandwiches, that's a good point. Don't fuck the sandwiches. Gotta stand by that. Alright. Let's try that again, but this time, not fail. Oh wait, no. Not that many. Not that many. Not that much tofu. We do not. I repeat, we do not need that much tofu. No. I did it again! Fuck you, I'm doing it normally. When you came in and heard you say that, your mind went to, Jara from Subway in, South Park, The Fractured Butthole. Yeah, I've never really, interacted much with South Park, but, I hope he is not fucking the sandwiches. But welcome to the stream, James. I hope your week's been going well so far. Hope it's gotten off to a good start. Made me think of that one skit where, the guy... I don't remember his name, but he did, like, that Devil's... Demon Core reenactment thing. Bit. With, like, the grip check on the screwdriver. But he does, like, the skit where, like, he's role-playing a guy talking to, like, a Subway staff, asking for the cum sub. Because my brother in Christ. You make the sandwich. Wow, I am doing so bad with the controls today. Alright. I could have just not put the top on it. Anyway. Let's do a, horrible to eat sandwich all the same. Because how the fuck are you gonna put that in your mouth? With great difficulty, is my thought. Right. Sandwich 3 time. Unhook that jaw like a snake, exactly. Good point. Don't know why I didn't think of that. Alright. Okay. Let's look around for any sparse. Don't want to miss any. That would be a tragedy, especially in seeing that we have only got, what, 3 today? We only got 3 shinies today, guys. Isn't that such a low number? Isn't 3 shinies so few, guys? I mean, it is for Scarlet and Violet, let's face it, but... It's still funny to turn around and be like, wow, we only got 3 shinies today, guys. That's such a low haul. We've only got 3 shinies, guys, and we're halfway into the stream, guys. Isn't that such a low amount? These games do be making shinies easy to get. Alright. And honestly, I think that's why it's going to be a good idea. So after this hunt, I'm going to do a hunt for a box full of Krogunk. Shiny Krogunk, just because I want a bunch of shiny Krogunk. And then after that, I'll probably go back to shiny roulette. Oh, but that's right. On Wednesday, we're going to be doing a White 2 Nuzlocke. I think regular Nuzlocke this time, rather than a Wedlock like last time. But it's still going to be with challenge mode engaged. So we'll see how it goes. Operation, get all that gunk. Exactly. Precisely that. But yeah. Will be fun to try it again. I don't know, I just feel like doing another Nuzlocke. But I don't feel like doing a Wedlock again. I think I'll hone my Nuzlocke skills a bit more before doing another Wedlock. Because I feel like I'm getting good, you know? Logan, hello! How goes it? I hope your week's gotten off to a good start. We're doing a Triple Segment Dudunsparce hunt today. Although, comparatively to other Scarlet and Violet shiny hunts, we haven't gotten many shinies yet. Just try not to get all HP EVs again farming those Ordino. Look. They make grinding so easy. The way the light was reflecting off that guy made me think it was shiny. I got hopeful, didn't I? For a moment, I thought we might be getting an early one. But at a terrible price. Look, the more HP you have, the more you tank. It's genius, really. Shinies have the pink markings, right? Yep, they are pink where the normal ones are blue. Same with Dunsparce. So it makes it pretty easy to see. Not like the easiest shiny to see, but I don't think I missed any. I feel like those are fighting words, actually. I retract that statement. I feel like the moment you're like, I don't think I missed any, you miss one, you know? I can say that all I want, but maybe at a great price. Alright. No, I think that'd be too hard. I was wondering if I should make a separate Dunsparce counter for, like, shinies I found in, like, if I, like, there, words. I think it'd be interesting to, like, count the amount of Dunsparces I caught as Dunsparces. Just to see how many, like, times I've I don't know, like, phased for this hunt, but I guess every Dunsparce that isn't triple segment is a phase. Is this your first hunt, or have you caught other shinies in the past on stream? I've been shiny hunting on stream for almost a year, I think. I have done many. This is not the first stream of this hunt either. I think I've done about 5? It's hard to count because the Regice I got like 10 minutes into stream and then continued doing this one after. La Vesta? I got a La Vesta before I started streaming. So I still should transfer it across. But yeah, the Volcarona has been like my flame body Pokemon, my egg hatcher, for a few generations. And will continue to be once I remember to bring it across here. But I've not done an egg hunt in a bit anyway, so it is not missing out. Not yet. We'll have to yoink it across before I do the next Masuda hunt, though. I guess that's a fun part, though, about being able to transport Pokemon from, like, any game to any game now. Is I can put it in here, but then if I want to, like, go and do a Sword and Shield hunt, like, for example, continue that Mantike Masuda method, I can... Or Noibat, but I could do Noibat in this. I can just put Mothra back in Sword and Shield. You suck at shiny hunting. When you're on a fence, you're doing a shiny run. So being on day 16 is okay, I think. Oh, that is rough. Which game are you doing? I mean, yeah, shiny hunting's all about persistence, really. I think that's the only thing that you need to shiny hunt is to be able to persist. Because even if you can only do 10 encounters a day, eventually you'll get that shiny, you know? You just gotta keep at it. Keep going. And acknowledge it's fine to, like, take breaks as well. You don't have to just hunt the same shiny for, like, a year straight. There's no, like, a law written down that if you start another hunt halfway through the first one, you'll be, like, shot or something. And, like, I think that's one of the main things that's been helping me, like, keep going and stuff, is I've got another hunt going on at the moment. I, like, alternate hunts week by week to keep it interesting. It'll make them both take longer in the end, but, like, I'd rather the variety. But yeah, persistence is key is my main tip for shiny hunting, because you can't really do anything specific to get the shiny quicker otherwise. There's no... Okay, there is a simple hack, but the simple hack is hacking. Alright. Any pink lads around, eh? May apps 1 or 2? No, I don't think so. Thought I saw one despawn them, but I think it was just a normal one. I think it was just the lighting from the rocks. Alright. Only 10 minutes, okay. I'm surprised with how, like, sour our luck has been today. Because I feel like we generally have at least one good run by this point, but I guess that's what luck means. What's been the longest you've been on a hunt? And no, you're reduced to hack. You was once making a trade. I'm a scam with a hacked Smoliv. Oh wait, there we go! I mean, like, I feel like if someone else gave it to you, it's not like a your fault kind of deal, you know? Alright. 32. Yeah, it's not like you hacked it in. Oh, you gave them a shiny for it? Oh, that is not good. We got the first beat of that song and then it stopped. Alright. Hopefully that continues, but guess we'll find out. But yeah, my longest hunt was Curum, which was off stream. And took well over 10k encounters. But it is still one of my prized hunts. I'm very proud of that Curum. It took me like over a year. It's funny because I did like a bunch of encounters. I think I got up to like 8,000 or so. Maybe not actually quite that high. I can't remember how high I got, but I got up really high because I was trying to like beat my Pokemon Home subscription. I think it was bank subscription actually. I was trying to beat my Pokemon bank subscription. But in the end I think it took me like another year on top of that. Did not beat the bank subscription. My Curum is still not in modern games. Still on my white 2. Alright. So, hi bro, is in the encounter thing? But on stream I think it was Regice, which was about 2k. I think it was just under 2k, it was like 1,900. Which isn't actually that high in the grand scheme of things. In considering the... What was it called? That's still under odds. You'd never let them on go if it took you that long. Especially, excuse your spelling, excuse your spelling, autocorrect hates you. Happy you stick with that, though. Oh, no, yeah, definitely, I'm not going to give it away for anything. We'll stay with me unless it's taken by, like, a glitch or something. Which hopefully not. I don't know, I'm not really much of a, I guess giving away. I don't know, I'm fine sometimes getting shinies for, like, close friends and stuff. But I don't really do shiny for shiny trades. Like, a lot of the time, I'd rather get them on my own. I don't... At this point, I understand that shinies aren't worth much. How am I putting this? What makes a shiny valuable to me isn't the fact it's shiny, it's the effort I went through to get it, I think. Like, shinies are cool, and I like seeing them, but at this point, I don't really consider a shiny valuable because it's shiny. I think especially in Scarlet Violet. I more consider it special because of the effort I put in to get it, you know? So I gave you a free shiny from an event. Oh, that's cool. I've not really got any shiny event shinies. I've always wanted one. In like the legendaries, like Zacian and Zamazenta, because you can't really get shinies otherwise. With those shinies otherwise. So I'm fine, like, getting those from an event, but a shiny is valuable on you based on how much you like them on. You'd die before you gave your shiny bravery. That's understandable. What was it called? Let me just reload my brain real quick. Yeah, my favorite shinies are generally of, like, Pokemon I like more. But all the same, like, I wouldn't want to just get a shiny from, like, if someone, like, up and offered me a shiny, most of the time I'll just say no. If someone's, like, gift me a shiny, you know, that's fine. I'll take that because, like, that's their gift to me, if that makes sense. Like, a gift, I'd say, is still worth something because it's, like, that other person went through that to get that thing for me. But, like, I won't just take, like, someone being like, hey, do you want a free shiny? Your favorite shiny is your favorite Pokemon in general. Yeah, that's fair. Don't borrow out your shinies. Also true. I feel like that's a good rule of thumb in general, though. Don't, like, give Pokemon to friends, especially if, like, you're not certain. Give Pokemon... Don't lend Pokemon to friends if you're not certain they'll give them back. Alright. But yeah, especially after I realized that I never really use most of my shinies. Like, Blue Boy is a very rare case of a shiny who actually gets to... Oh, hello! Who gets to see the face of battle. Because King Gambit has a good moveset. But, the majority of shinies I don't even, like, use. And at that point, shiny hunting to me became more about the thrill. Like, when I realized that, shiny hunting for me more became about the thrill of the hunt. The actual hunt itself. And the Pokemon being, like, a representation of the hunt's completion. Than necessarily the Pokemon. You don't have friends that play Pokemon so you're good? Oh no. Always painful when that happens. Because then you're like, oh, I need to trade this Pokemon to evolve it. And again, like, people on message boards just aren't as trustworthy for, like, trading stuff, I find. Especially if, like, it's a Pokemon you care about and want to evolve. I wonder if Legends Arceus, or games like Legends Arceus, is going to, like, affect the franchise going forward in any kind of way like that, with, like, how link cables were added as an item and stuff. You give away all your shinies when you're done with the run, since you're done at home and have to reset your game. Oh yeah, trade evolutions are a no for you. It isn't the first box of home free? Or is there another reason you can't get it? Because as far as I remember, like, you get one box of home for free. You know, you got Reddit for Sword and Shield, and we completed each other's Pokedexes. Oh no, yeah, I did the exact same thing. I joined a Pokemon Discord and completed a Pokedex. But what I mean is like, when you want to trade a Pokemon to, like, use on your run, if you care about the Pokemon, then you always, like, risk the person stealing it, you know? Like, I'd say Pokédex completion is a different beast. Because there isn't as much, like, care there, and generally you're helping out the other person. The first box is free? I thought you had to pay for it. You could keep your bird. You could, yes. Yeah, the first box of home is entirely free. It's more boxes that cost money. I think free home gives you, like, 1 GTS slot, doesn't let you do surprise trades and stuff. And then, like, if you pay for it, then you get more of that stuff and, like, more boxes. But the first box, I'm pretty sure, is entirely free. I'm not sure if you can transfer Pokemon up with the free version either. But you do get 30 spaces in home for no charge. Right. Alright. Okay. But if you pay and stick more mons in the box, if you don't pay them, those mons are now trapped. Yeah. I've got a bunch of shinies trapped in home at the moment. That I'll have to pay to unlock. To, like, free. I'll do that at some point. Maybe when the DLC comes out. So I can transfer all my mons in. All my shinies into Scarlet and Violet. But again, like, my Scarlet Violet boxes are almost full. I'm almost inclined to not. Like, at this point, with the ability to transfer them to and from any game you wish, as long as they're in it, it makes me, like, more willing to just keep them in their native game. Because I want them out of it, I can take them out of it and put them back in after. And, like, especially after raids, I've got a lot of full boxes in these games. And it also means you'll have less chance of seeing the OT of some of the older Pokemon which use my real name. Or close to my real name, I think. I think I used a different... like a... vague difference to, like, my real name. For those games. And then I went through a phase... a bit later. CahirLIVE isn't your... isn't... your... The heart thing is covering the, like, end of that message again. Isn't your birth name. Okay. Like... again, cool feature. Please, can they move it? Urgent. Urgent message to YouTube CEO. I can't remember his name. Move the heart, please. But yeah, no, it's totally my biological name. Ha ha ha. I don't go by any other name. Ha ha ha. Nope, I'm CahirLIVE. Way. But yeah, I went through a phase before I started streaming where I, like, didn't name the character after myself. Like in Sword and Shield, I was Blade. Because I was playing Sword. Isn't your butt hot? Exactly. That's all I could read. And then in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, I think I was Mitch. But that started from Fire Emblem. Because I was playing through Fire Emblem Fates. And instead of naming the Corin after myself, I gave them, like, other names. And I had fun doing that. Whose name is our bugs? The amazing monsters of bug types. Just switch profile name too. You know what? I respect that. Bug types are cool. Especially now Game Freak are showing them some respect. Well, I say that like they haven't been showing them some respect for, like, over a decade at this point. Ignoring X and Y. But yeah, bugs are cool. Both bug types and actual insects. You see, I can remain on the snooty high ground there, because spiders are arachnids. We got Raina, so I'm happy. That is true. Raina the Seasel is the goat. Do love a good Raina. Maybe after I finish this hunt, actually, I'll do a, another Raid Shiny stream, where I, like, gather more Raid-ready Shinies. Because that was a fun stream the first time I did it, but I feel like I need to do it again. Get some more. Like Iron Hands. And maybe Scyther. Alright. Snom, Larvesta, and Jupiter are your faves. Oh, those are all very good choices. I love Snom a lot. Snom is one of the Pokemon of all time. In, like, a positive way. It's so small. And, mixed feelings of the Jupiter line after it killed alcoholism. My Spinder in the in my Ultra Moon Nuzlocke. How did Alcoholism 2 die again? I can't remember. I think Alcoholism 2 died in the Howl fight, right? Or did it die in the Elite Four? Alcoholism 2 being the Arachnid, which was once a Jupiter that killed it. Hubris. I can't remember if Hubris was a name of one of the Pokemon, because I feel like I had a lot of Hubris enough to name a Pokemon after it. Why were they named Alcoholism? Well, Spinder, you see, is because it looks like it's drunk. And then, of course, since the Jupiter killed Alcoholism, I had to take up the moniker. Alright. I've not learned the move yet! That's Dave. No, do not change your forms. There we go. Does not matter what we forget. For this guy will probably not exist for another minute or so. Alright. I find it interesting that there's no actual evolution screen in Area 0, like it doesn't evolve in the environment, specifically here. Alright, it is not, so that is next Dunsparce time. But I think, first things first, I'm going to go to the toilet I'll be right back, but we'll be continuing the hunt once I am back. Alcoholism 2 was the due party year. And I forgot that the bloomin' music, not music, title screen sounds was still going to be there. I shouldn't have opened up the game. Music kind of slaps. Thank you, my friend made it. His link is down below, Oliver East. So custom music made for me by a friend, which is very cool. It doesn't have all the cheering in it. That's the Pokemon title screen, to be clear. Alright. Let's just make another abomination. Some tofu. Some salty and sour Hubba Mysticas. Yeah, I'm feeling hubristic. Learn from my mistakes? Who do you think I am? Because clearly you've got it very wrong. Almost. I feel like that was close. I'm probably wrong, but I feel like it almost worked. I wish you could, like, gently lower it instead of drop it, you know? Like, I feel like if I could gently lower it, then it would work a lot better. But no. I can't do that. Shelter sandwich. It is, isn't it? In a way. Alright. Let's get up. Let's get down into the area 0. It does do that! That's cool. Oh, fuck. Keep an eye out for blue noses. I might have made a mistake. Let's put you in the mood for a crab sandwich. Ooh. I'm gonna try and get through this as quickly as possible before I accidentally spawn like 7 shiny giraffe and miss them all. Oh, braviary. Speak, oh, the America bird. More giraffe egg. Cool. Now I've done that experiment, I never have to do it again. I just got overwhelmed with the idea that what if you can just go down, you know? Can you just leap into Area 0? And yeah, you can. That's correct. You could just jump. There's no one stopping you. I feel like there probably was initially, but like there's not anymore. Big bird, indeed. Alright. Dunsparce time. Dunsparce, whoa, Dunsparce. Alright. Now then. Let's get some Dunsparce, eh? Was your friends grabbing you, dragging you behind Miraidon? Well, yeah, that was the first way you go in, innit? But, you can also just leap in, apparently. You can just jump. And then it puts you at the beginning. I wonder if that can happen anywhere in Area 0, or if it only happens near the 0 gate. This is not an episode of Mythbusters, Cahir. This is a shiny hunt for a yokai? That's what Dunsparce is, right? I was trying to think of what animal it was, and then I remembered it wasn't an animal. Alright. You can do it from anywhere. Wow, if you leap into any pit, you'll end up in Area 0. Right. I hope the next Pokemon game takes a page out of the Book of Tears of the Kingdom and makes like some actually cool caves this time. Well, it's just one big pit, it is. I don't know, there are like 3 caves in this game, and that disappoints me. I don't think any thought went into Dunsparce's design. Don't go away, I was examining you. I don't know, I think Dunsparce is cute. I'm pretty much the only pit in Paldea. That's true. I guess I'll give you that. In terms of Paldean pits, there aren't that many. Yo! Alliteration! Paldean pit. Right. If it's shiny, it can't dig away. It just crawls, sadly. Wait, really? I would have assumed it could have. I was always worried it was gonna dig away. Can shinies not just run? See, now I want to test that. Your confidence makes me want to find out even more. Worst case scenario, it might make a funny clip. Most of them have a mechanic that makes it so it's harder to miss. Ah, fair. Honestly, I think the mechanic that would have made them harder to miss was already done in Let's Go, but sure, why not? Let's just not have them do anything, okay? Like, I'm fine with them not making the Legends Arceus sparkle sound. But I feel like just a vague sparkle like in Let's Go would have been just a nice feature, you know? Just trust you. You see, now I want to trust you less. Now you've called the matter of trust into question. I'm all of a sudden more suspicious than I would have been had you not. Also, it could have been like a thing that still appeared when you have the Pokemon. Like after you've caught the Pokemon. Because that would have just been like a cool little thing. No, if you're an honest Girl Scout, it wouldn't mislead you. You see, while that could just be like pure and genuine, I also feel like that would be said by a swindler, you know? But it would make a good clip. So I'm gonna do it. Just because either I get the Dunsparce and it's fine, or I don't get the 33rd Dunsparce and instead get a good clip. I'll just need to remember to like give context before running at it, or it won't make a good clip. Alright. Now we just need to hope for the Dunsparce. Now the hard part. Actually shiny hunting. Alright. Where are the pink lads, eh? Doo-doo. You know, it's got some banging music. Will be fun to head back over there, right? For, oh, wait, there we go. That's one. Alright. So, I've heard these guys don't run away when they see you. Because normal ones drill into the ground. That is just regular running away. Crazy. Like, that's just like a thing they don't normally do at all. But that's not even like just walking away. That's like almost custom behavior. Whack. Because like normally when they see you, they just do that. Huh. Facts I didn't know. Thank you, Logan. I will now be a lot less scared to scare them off if they're just gonna hop away. You did. I apologize. I have high skepticism of things people on the internet tell me. I apologize. I don't know. I'm just a very naturally suspicious person. Of, like, information people give me on the internet. Because I'm very aware that the average person on the internet will prey on your downfall if given the opportunity to. If someone can control you, they're gonna. If someone can scam me out of a shiny, there's every chance. But it does mean sometimes actual fun facts get caught in the crossfire. Did lie about being a Girl Scout, though. Unbelievable! I've been betrayed. This is a greater betrayal than if the shiny thing hadn't worked. Because I was gonna ask to buy some cookies from you. But now I guess you won't be getting my money. Girl Scout cookies just aren't a thing in the UK, are they? I mean, I guess... That's a thought. Done believable. They're called guides. Yeah, but do they sell cookies? You'll still take my money. Yeah, but will I get cookies in exchange? That's the question. Don't think so. Yeah, that's just an American thing, I guess. Well, no. You see, there's the hitch. Money was only on the table if cookies were involved. Now cookies are off the table, so is the money. Cookies. Wait, no, I just remembered there's a cookie on my desk still. That's great. I can have that off the stream. This is a wonderful turn of events. I completely forgot that that was there. But no, it is. It's there for my consumption. It's only like a day out of date. It's not a day out of date, it's due by today! Oh, that's even better news! Generally they go out of date like 2 days after you buy them, but these ones lasted the whole weekend. Oh, that's you love to hear it. You love to see it. You love to see cookies that aren't a little bit stale. Wow. Life is amazing, huh? The best kind of turnaround, indeed. Alright. Only halfway through. Can we get a second Dunsparce, mayhaps? I mean, I do know that you can do, like, Let's Go mode doesn't affect shinies. But I didn't realize they'd, like, gone through such effort. No, you're in America, they last a lifetime. Yeah, preservatives. Yeah. I don't know, to be fair, I'm... I don't know, these are like fresh own brand cookies, basically. I think they're like baked in store. I think that's their like thing. You can get like cookies that last a while. The Waitrose ones do, but the Sainsbury's ones tend to only last a couple of days. Same with bread. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Ours last like a week at most. I didn't consider that. Does American bread last a while? I once bought bread that was like due to last like a month. And it was like... it had a weird taste to it. In college you had a loaf of bread for like 3 months. Dude, that would have been blue if that was British bread. Like by the end of that. Put it in the fridge and it'll last longer. Huh. I never considered that. I mean, is it because it's in the fridge? I guess maybe. I don't know. I know, like, the purpose of bread bins is so you, like, close the lid on the bread bin and, like, there will be less bacteria getting onto them. But that always leaves the bread bin lid up. And, like, I'm wondering if it's just too petty of a thing to have an intervention about. To be like, Dad, you've got to close the bread bin lid, Dad. And the fur adds flavour. That is a good point. I mean, who doesn't love the feeling of the fur on their tongue? Like, when I get a nice furry piece of bread, I make sure to give it a nice lick first, before I actually eat it. And the sickness. After you've eaten enough furry bread, you don't get sick anymore. That's the funny thing, you know? It's almost like a challenge. When you think about it, eating moldy bread is like shiny hunting. Because you've got to keep eating the moldy bread again and again, like encountering the Pokemon again and again, so your stomach won't immediately throw it back out. Yes, in college your immune system gets on steroids, you'll never die. Wow, my mind, it's great when it's working. Pattern recognition going crazy. Is that what that is? I guess the Dunsparce also slithers off instead of, like, drilling. Can you still drill? Is that, like, an ability you have anymore? It's definitely not. I don't know, I always find those posts funny where it's like, why are we so afraid of the Uncanny Valley? Why is the Uncanny Valley a thing, and why does it weird us out so much? What non-human thing did there used to be to, like, make us have to develop this trait? And, the non-human thing that made us develop that trait is probably human corpses. Really? Because, like, you know, they look off, and that's because they're dead. And if you go near them, you might catch the disease that killed them. Like, that's probably where the Uncanny Valley comes from in our psyche. But I guess it sounds cooler when you try to imply that there's some, like... there was at least at some point in history some creature that looked eerily similar to humans that we had to evolve to become wary of. See, that makes a better story. That makes a better TikTok. That makes a better 5-second TikTok of someone staring into the camera, emotionless, with, like, the text on screen, and then they like look off a bit to the left, and then they look back at the camera. True, but no one would watch a full TikTok just for that conclusion. You see, Felix, you gotta worry there, because why did we both think of that? You see, how similar does your mind work to mine? Considering things I've just said. I wonder if that's why the skeletons are censored in China. No, it's because it's a naked person, isn't it? It's not only riled my mind, also riled your mind, exactly. I don't know, I find the, like, images of Chinese censorship where they've coloured the blood white funny. Like, how did that get past anyone in terms of censorship? Who thought that, like, yes, this is censoring the blood and not making the scene look a lot worse? Like, is it just that the people doing the censorship are a lot more worried about confirming they know about cum than making abhorrent censorship, or what? Well, there's a skeleton in order just waiting to jump out at you. In order? I mean, there's a skeleton inside of you waiting to jump out of you. One day, all of our skeletons will hatch. And that'll be an interesting day. All of us. Oh, is that what auto-corrected? Yeah. There is a skeleton in all of us. Just waiting to jump out. One day, the skeletons will hatch. Your skeleton is slightly green. What's up with that? How do you know this information? Those are the only two questions I have. Because I personally do not know the color of my skeleton. I hope it's green. Due to acne medication, your bones now died. My bones won't be green, then, I guess. My bones will be normal color. Oh, you've got a shiny skeleton! Dude! Your skeleton's shiny. That's crazy. Dude, maybe I need to start taking acne medication so I can have the green skeleton. The limited edition green skeleton. I don't even have, like, acne. The only time I get spots... Am I telling this? I'm going to tell this story, but I'm going to phrase it as a life lesson, guys. It's time for a life lesson. Did you change your bedding once, like, every 3 months? Don't do that. Because when I used to change my bedding irregularly, when it started getting dirty, I used to, like, break out in spots. And I was like, wow, that's wild. Why does this occasionally happen? And, clean bedding's the answer. Because, like, all your face grease is rubbing off on your pillow every night. Like, especially in summer when you're all sweaty. And that is suboptimal. So, moral of the story, regularly change your bedding. It's like a fable. No. Ah, shit. Well, I tried. Honestly, bed making changed entirely for me as, like, a task. when I realized that I could just turn the cover inside out, grab each end of, like, the duvet inner thing, and then just kind of shake it down. Like, after I realized that's a strategy, like, it just makes beds so easy to make. And all of a sudden, it's less of, like, a half-an-hour task and more of, like, a 10-minute one. And that's when I became very willing to change my bedding, when I needed to. Also, the spots. That definitely motivated me more than anything else now that I, you know, say it out loud. Because they're annoying. So, like, during the coronation, I was going to a party, yeah? For, like, we went up to see some family, up in Yorkshire, and, we were, like, gonna have, like, a small, like, party there for it. I do not care for the monarchy, to be clear. But I'm not going to turn down an opportunity to see some family that I've not seen for a while. But, like, a day or so before I noticed that there was a lump on my face, yeah? Like, a spot forming. Just, like, a large red bit on my face. And I could feel it churning away. It was getting ready to hatch. It was getting ready to emerge onto the surface. And it didn't, and it didn't, and it didn't. And I woke up on the day of the coronation, looked in the mirror, and oh boy, it's the biggest whitehead I've ever seen. And it's like, wow, I'm meeting a bunch of people in this neighborhood who I've never seen before at all. Because, like, yeah, I just never had met them before. And they were going to be introduced to me with this giant fucking thing right on my chin. I don't like spots. Can't believe King Charles would do that to me. How cruel. You didn't pop it? Well, like, I figured it would look a lot uglier popped than not popped. So I figured that, you know, I wouldn't pop it until the end of the day. So it wouldn't be leaking blood and pus. Like... Also, there's always the risk with, like, a spot that size that it'll, like... What's it called? Scar, right? They don't like you at your worst, and they can't get you at your best, so they needed to see you with a large lump. You're actually so right. Now pop it and grab some face cream would sort it. Huh. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if there was any face cream around to, you know, use. So I guess that's probably the one issue there, but I will keep that in mind for the future. If such a gargantuan thing ever does try to make a reappearance. It does try to, have a comeback. Alright. You always pop them, never had any scarring. Ah, fair. I don't know, I just always heard from people that, there's always, like, the risk of a spot scarring when you pop it. Sometimes before they form. That is ballsy. I don't know, they hurt even more before they form when you, like, try to pop them as well. Is this a bad conversation to have? Anyway, moving on from spots. Also, you know that K-pop group mentioned the other day? I do. There was a trailer for K-pop documentaries in the Spider-Verse. Like before Spider-Verse. It was like documentaries about a couple of BTS members, I think. And I figured that I probably shouldn't tell my dad the fun fact that they've been enlisted, they've been drafted into the military, because there'd be a lot more explaining to do in that process than just, you know. My favourite unit announced they're coming to London in August. Oh, that's exciting! I hope you get to see them. Question, are y'all across the pond also dealing with 109 degree death heat? Your dog won't go outside, won't go inside your house and you're dying. Let me check something. No. Our temperature is about 10 to 15 degrees lower. We had those temperatures last summer, and they were hellish. I don't know if we're... I forgot to learn the move. I don't know if we're gonna, It's 65 here. Is that Fahrenheit? I'm guessing so. Yeah, stay safe. I don't blame your dog at all. Dude, like, last summer when it got to those temperatures, I just sat in my room in the shade. Like, curtains drawn, spread-eagled on my bed. Desperately trying not to, like, move in fear of generating a small bit of heat. You hate Texas summer. You want to house you up for the summer because you want to cry. I think I'd die in that heat, honestly. But that's because I don't have to deal with it ever. It's like this every year. Yeah, that is not fun at all. Alright. I think I'll do one more round of Dunsparcing. It's 11 and 9 PM and your mum's angry at you. Oh no, hopefully that's not too... Hopefully she's not too angry. Get good rest. But yeah, that sounds like hellish temperatures. Alright. Tattoo segment is as disappointing as my dad is in me. Oh no. Well, two segments always have a bright side. They can be fun to have around, so hopefully... No, I'll figure out the moral I'm trying to say. That's not what I knew. No, fuck! I'm not sure if it's because I've been playing Tears of the Kingdom lately, or if the controls are just, like, weird. But I feel like I always fumble this bit specifically. Alright. Let's... Oh, I should have towered it. Oh well. It was fun till he said he was getting the milk. Look, I've heard of a really good method of, resummoning a father. enter the lottery, and win it. Then he'll come back. It's a total coincidence. Trust me. It's not because you just got a bunch of money. That'd be really immoral. But it does work. Well, at least you can have a nice coffee. Hopefully you can get to Pokemon. Also, this weekend, almost Johto for Pokemon. Wait, is in Johto's coming out this weekend? That's soon. Okay, that's not occurring here. There was a weird thing happening with the shadow earlier on, like, the top of the hat. Oh, it's doing it again here. I don't know if you can see that. But, like, there's a weird shadow effect at the top of the hat. Have you tried this? No, but I have friends who have. I'm not lucky enough to win the lottery. Although, the lottery is kind of like shiny hunting. After the end of this month, I think. Oh, understandable. That is pretty soon. Will be hype. Right. I've got a couple of other things I want to do first before Johto, though, so... What isn't like shiny hunting at this point? I mean, when you think about it, shiny hunting kind of isn't like shiny hunting. I'm not going to elaborate on that one. You'll not get elaboration. Alright. You kind of get it, though. Exactly. Alright. I'm going to sit on this crystal and take a drink, because I'm getting a dry throat. Did the music just stop again? No. Yes. Yes, it did. That guy good? He is wobbly. Okay, stop wobbling. He's good. I think a decent amount of comedy can be derived from watching Pokemon very far away in this game. Because their collision is a little bit fucky. And it's kind of funny to watch. Like, I'm not sure if that's just, like, low frame rate. Or, like, actually them stuttering. Probably both. Let's face it, it's a Scarlet and Violet. I always like when I finish a hunt. Not a hunt. A sandwich, and then the game immediately hangs for like 2 seconds. And I'm like, has the game just crashed? Have I just lost my Dunsparce? But like, I haven't. But it worries me every time. Because I'm not going to save after I've done a sandwich, because then I lose the turbers. And I'm going to need them for the Grogunks. They will come in handy for that. I am sure. Wait a second, I need to check some dates. Oh shit, okay! Unless there's like a raid of... You know what, even if there is a raid event announced... Sorry, I just realized there will be a Mario Kart Monday this month. I was thinking there wasn't going to be a Mario Kart Monday this month, but there will be. Because Friday is the 30th. So we'll do it then. Thankfully, we will have an opportunity to. because this Friday is going to be a different stream. I'm not sure if I clarified this yet. There's a special stream on Friday. I'd highly recommend tuning into it. You will know it when you see it. What's Mario Kart Monday? Well, we play Mario Kart. Yeah, I play Mario Kart 8. Everyone can join. Just punch in my friend code and join in. And it's very fun. Do love a good bit of Mario Kart. On Friday, yeah, it's going to be on Friday. The special stream. And Mario Kart Monday, to be clear. Alright. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I should probably do a bit more preparation than I've done for it now that I think about it. Like, it's one of those prep times that'll be really quick to do, unless I don't know where to find the downloads I need to download. That's a fair point. There's a lot of things this week. We're starting up this game, like this hunt again, because again, I took a break, because 2 weeks ago, when I would have done it normally, it was Safari Week, so I wanted to do the Safari hunting, because I've never been a part of Safari Week before. Although we didn't get a shiny. This Wednesday, we're starting the White 2 Nuzlocke. And then on Friday, we got a special stream. Now, I'm going to give you one hint about it, and that's it's not Pokemon. It's not going to be a Pokemon stream. It's also one of the funniest ideas I've had, I think. Real, it's so busy. That's fair. Hopefully the busyness goes well. Music! Oh, it's just because this song has like 10 seconds of end. OMG, Yokai Watch stream, can't wait. Oh, you got me, Felix. It's a Yokai Watch stream. I can't wait to, watch all the yokai. I don't actually know what you do in that game. I just know, like, all of the articles were like, is this the next Pokemon? And then, like, all games but the first horribly underperformed. I mean, maybe they didn't. Maybe I'm misinformed on that, but it's one of your favorite game series, I think. Oh, understandable. I wasn't slicing it, to be clear. I was just saying how, like, from an outsider's perspective, everyone was like, this is going to be the new Pokemon, and then it wasn't. That's Cabot's Monster Rancher. Oh, that's a thought. When's that, other thing coming out? That, like, one Pokemon rip-off game. Pal World! When's Pal World coming out? I mean, fundamentally, I'm probably not going to have the money to buy it, but, like, if I do at the time, I'm getting it. You love Monster Rancher games? I have not actually heard of it. Well, okay, no. It feels like the name rings a bell, but I don't think I've heard of it. I know Slime Rancher, but not Monster Rancher. I think after I've got, like, money again, I might try a few more games like that, though. You gonna stream it? No idea. Not anytime soon, I'll say it like that. Again, mate. Like, I do want to stream more things than just Pokemon, at least eventually. But again, my pockets not lined. That is a spin on a phrase, right? Lined pockets means money, right? I'm not dumb? Am I dumb? I think so. I think both, actually. I think I'm right, but I'm dumb. There's an anime game trying to jump on the Pokemon bandwagon, but it was kind of good. Oh, understandable. Remember Temtem? I do remember Temtem. I never played Temtem myself, but I heard a lot about Temtem. Ah! Shit, what was it? Mino Monsters! Did you guys ever play Mino Monsters? It was like an app. Like a Pokemon adjacent app. That I played a lot when I was younger. Because it was like Pokemon but not. Actually, I don't know if I played it a lot when I was younger. I feel like I didn't get that far in it. Searching it up, it seems very familiar. I don't really remember... Oh, wait, shiny! I don't really remember loads about it, but, like... It was like a level-based thing. Where, like, you slowly had to, like, get from A to B fighting a bunch of monsters on the way. And then sometimes you'd fight, like, one of the Mino monsters and, like, you'd befriend them, basically. And naturally they evolved and whatnot. It was just like one of those App Store rip-off games. Like... Lep the Leprechaun. Oh, it's Dragon Quest Monster style. Ah, fair. But yeah, I remember I enjoyed it, but I don't think I got that far into it. So I don't think I was that old when I played it. And when I was younger, I was very bad at completing video games. In fact, I'm not gonna leap to my own defense here. I'm not sure how good I am at completing video games yet. I mean, I probably should just take another stab at it, innit? That's pretty much how that game works. Play that on the Game Boy. Ah, understandable. Sorry, I thought you meant, like, the art style. But yeah, I wonder if it was inspired. I think it was definitely meant to be, like, grabs the Pokemon crowd, but vague memories of so many apps like that. There were a lot, which makes sense. I've been seeing a lot more memes about enunciate. I've been seeing a lot more memes about Plague Inc. recently. Where people, like, the last person on Earth alive, in, like, my Plague Inc. world alive after the world has been ravaged by poop fart. The poop fart virus. And I enjoy those. I can't remember when, but I got my dad into Plague Inc. And, like, he actually played a decent amount of it. Which was fun. But yeah, Plague Inc. was fun. I remember playing that with your friends on a school trip in China. Oh, fun! So this stream, if it's none of those previously mentioned, there's got to be Digimon then. No. It's not monster adjacent. Well, that's school trips to other countries. I mean, I haven't. I was also like, oh, that's cool that they went to another country. I think if I'd stayed at my primary school, sorry, no. If I'd stayed at my first primary school, I would have gone to the Isle of Wight in Year 6, which is 10 to 11. Yeah, 10 to 11. But I moved in late Year 5, so instead... Wait, no, not in late Year 5. I moved in Year 5. and I had two of like basically the same holiday where we went to like an activity camp with like zip lines, abseiling, and stuff. Archery. There were quad bikes at one of them as well, which was cool. At the second one I went to. I got to do archery twice because I couldn't ride a bike at the time. I phrase it like that, but I still can't ride a bike, I'm gonna be honest. That's not a skill I have. I also found a mod chip for Xbox controllers that can be used on PlayStation. And you kind of want it since PlayStation controllers cost more. Oh, interesting. I remember seeing like the thing that lets you use like any controller on a Switch. Dude, I had a whole saga when I was younger with like my laptop because I really wanted to use a Xbox controller to control the laptop. So I got like this weird little like dongle thing that was supposedly meant to like connect my laptop to the Xbox controller. But then I found out that that's another shiny. But then I found out that the dongle only worked with like Windows 7, so I couldn't connect my Xbox controller to it. So that just didn't work at all. And then in the end, I bought like a PS4 style controller that was specifically made for laptops. And that lasted a few years, to be fair, but then it broke. Oh, to be fair, there were a few, like, holidays to foreign countries in the colleges I went to. Felix, what year was this? I mean, I'm guessing it was a while ago if it was Plague Inc. Now that I re-examine my thought. Well, your trips were to upper cities. Ah, that's fair. I remember... one school trip I went on. That was actually only a day trip. And you think your school trips were to Holland, Belgium, America, and China. However, China was in uni, and you're doing work experience. You did work experience in China? That's so cool. So glad you got to go pre-2020. That's fair. I don't know. It's often that, like, you have to, like, at least pay a few hundred into it, right? Like, for the trip. To help cover it. Like, every student has to put in 100 or so. I remember that happened, in one of my college trips. Like, I didn't go on it in the end. But everybody who did had to pay. I think that was like an alternate thing. Maybe not like an alternate thing, but like low-income families did still get a chance, I think. I'm pretty sure. But like everyone else has paid like 100 or so quid. The most you've done is like other states. Arthur. I mean, other states are like kind of other countries, basically, right? Like, I've heard the United States often compared to, like, what's it called? America is, like, 50 countries in a trench coat. Did I increment with the last Dunsparce? I think so. Pretty sure I did. By the chance to go on a trip to South Africa, it was like 6,500. I don't think any of our trips were that much, but to be fair, they were just into Europe, which is a lot shorter of a distance than to South Africa. Also, yeah, there are even different cultures within Texas. Yeah, exactly. Would be cool to visit more parts of America. Visit being the operative word. It was just not that much because it was like the Chinese Learning Institute thing funding it. Oh, interesting. That's good then. But yeah, I'm now remembering that, like, I think I did have access to a bunch of, like, trips to, like, other countries, but I ended up not taking any of them. Because I just wasn't interested because, like, I didn't have any friends who were going, and, like, I'm a VTuber. I feel like you can imagine I was probably bullied in school. So I felt like there was more to lose than to gain by going on any of them. You wouldn't stay in America? I mean, rude. Look, Britain ain't no cup of tea either. But, at least from outside in, America seems so much worse. I wouldn't mind moving to, like, somewhere in Europe. I think that would be cool. But I'd have to learn another language for that. And as stated as stated previously, language learning, not my forte. Right. But we aren't that bad, I think. How do I put this? I don't know what's happening around you most of the time, to be honest. I mean, also fair. I don't know. From what I hear on the news, America never seems like that pleasant of a place, like healthcare being really expensive. What's it called? Lax gun laws, meaning there's like an incident every week. And just in general, it sounds like the country's government is rather intent on regressing it rather than progressing it. And I think it'll be interesting to see where America stands at the end of the century. We got pulled over by cops and had guns pointed at us for driving at the speed limit. So I wouldn't be that kind either, lol. Bloody hell. Last exam on Wednesday, then it's hibernation? Oh, hell yeah. Best of luck with that, Felix. I hope it goes well. I'm sure you'll ace it. You got this. Oh yeah, that is very bad. No, you're not right. I mean, like, to be clear, I'm not trying to paint Britain as anything special either. Some people were waiting, like, 16 hours to see the corpse of a dead woman. And there's a lot of problems over here as well. Like, we got free healthcare, but, like, it can be a while until you get, like, actually seen to. But I feel like, I don't know, my biggest issue with, like, sometimes people in Britain, like, look at America and are like, wow, it's so shit over there. Glad I don't live in America. And it's like, dude, it's really not that much better in here. Damn, you forget that stuff. It's a trauma response, really. Oh, that's understandable. You were 8 and your sister and you were crying and they pointed a gun in your face. And this was in America. Bloody hell. Yike. Alright, 5 minutes. And then... we are... It's wild, because sometimes... words. Sometimes I just squish all of my words together. And I'm concerned that it makes me just entirely... illegible. I feel like illegible isn't the word I mean to use here. But... I don't know, like... I always think I need to try to slow down my, unintelligible, that's it. I always think about how, like, I think it was RT Game showed, like, a clip of his streams from, like, a few years ago, and... like, it sounded like he was on 2 times speed. I wonder if I need to pull something like that. Now, your dad paid a fine, but you just wanted to get the fuck away. They gave him a speeding ticket, bloody hell. Yeah, anyway, as I was trying to say, like, you've got a lot of wild stories, Rob. You're like one of those people who, like, comes along and, like, wow, this person has lived a very, like, jam-packed life. Alright. You're fine, you barely remember anything from back then. Disneyland was fun though. I'm glad that was at least a good part. Good that you remember it. I don't remember all that much from my trip to Disneyland other than someone stealing my sandals. I vividly remember the sandals being stolen. I couldn't name more than, like, 3 rides. And I was 12, I should remember it. You remember absolutely nothing from Disney too. I don't know, that's like the issue with like taking children too young, is they just won't remember anything. I feel like I'm not in the issue there, though. I feel like that's just like a my memory issue. Oh, we got robbed from our hotel as well! But it was yours and your sister's money that was stolen, so not much. Bloody hell. Sounds like a very eventful trip. For lack of a better term. Ah, shit. Went to the Paris one. Went on the Pirates of the Caribbean boat ride thing, and I got stuck halfway through. Dude, I've been to Thorpe Park a few times, and I always... whenever I'm going on stealth, I'm just so worried it's gonna, like, stall in the middle of, like, the top of the loop. Because that would be terrifying. Imagine being stuck at the top of stealth. I wonder if that's, like, ever happened to people. Like, stealth is, like, one of those roller coasters that just goes really high. Like, the whole thing is it goes, like, 100 meters into the air really fucking quick, and then just, like, lets momentum carry you the rest of the way around the track. You're in a dark cave for, like, 15 minutes. You were so scared because you were 7. Oh, no. That does not sound fun at all. Whoa, wait, yo, final one. Ending the stream off with a bang, I guess. We really want to go to more of those theme parks at some point. Theme parks are fun. I do like theme parks. I do love a good roller coaster. And like a good water slide as well. I feel like most holidays I've been to, or like been on, sorry, I've what was it called? Wait, quick, we gotta refresh these guys quickly, so we can maybe get like a 4th shiny, because there's a chance. You'd recommend Disney Florida. It's definitely the best one. Yeah, no, that's the one I went to. Disney, Universal, and a few ones around there. You just go to the same one all the time because your friend works there. Ah, understandable. You'd recommend the Fiesta Texas if you're in Texas. Ah, interesting. But yeah, let's evolve these guys. There's 3, right? Yeah, it is. That's a good number. Almost as good as the 5 that we got in once. I want to be clear that I got all of these to Dunsparce in like 1 round. That's why I saved them. But, how was I saying? Yeah, we've always gone to a water park. Well, not always, but we often go to water parks when I'm on holiday. Just because it's, like, fun. Me and my dad love a good water park. I don't know, I find water slides just as if not more fun than roller coasters, because it's, like, fun to, like, just be the main thing going down it. You know, you're not, like, on a contraption going down. You're going down. Also, the water's fun. I like swimming. You did go to a museum in Texas, you think? It was about one of the outlaws. Interesting. Alright, let's evolve these lads. And then I will end off, I think. Because it's about time to end. It's 11:45. But of course, we will be live again on Wednesday for the White 2 Nuzlocke to start. There are a lot of old west towns in Texas and New Mexico that are real cool. Interesting. That is fun. They all seem to have like a fun vibe. Old west towns. Right. Number 3. No triples. Alright. It was 25 years ago, so you're not sure what it's called. Ah, fair enough. Right. I don't know, there's that part of my gut that wants to recheck them just to make sure I'm not missing a shiny. But yeah, that is about where we will end, I think. I don't know, I'm not expecting this hunt to go fast. We only got it up by like what? 6 or 7 today? But yeah, yeah, thank you all for coming. This has been a very fun one. Yeah, next stream will be on Wednesday, where we'll be starting the Pokemon White 2 Nuzlocke, which will be very cool. I'd highly recommend checking that out. I do love a good Nuzlocke. Please announce on the Discord when you go live next so you can't forget. Don't worry, I do, as long as you're in the notification squad. I always make sure to notify just yeah, when I go live. But yeah, I hope you'll have had a good time. I certainly have. And I will see you all on Wednesday. Have a great rest of your week. Goodbye and good night.